Hey cuties, I just wanted to do a little update on the project that I started. It's had quite a few changes, and I thought I would just go through them and also a different direction that I may go. So first of all, we now have the City Unrest bar. There's no win or lose state yet. This can fill up, and there is a mechanism that you can bring it down, but nothing happens if it fills up. There is the Paragon team chat so that the heroes can have little chats with each other. It's still very unbalanced. Right now, your best strategy is to just send a single hero and fail the mission. Oh, we now have movement, by the way. Okay, so some events expired. The City Unrest went up. So Miss Ultimate is a flyer, and they move in a straight line. Mission complete. Failed, but it awards so much experience because it's only one person. The experience doesn't get divided between the team, and so they just level up very quickly. So the strategy at level 1 is just send individual heroes to every mission, and they will level up very fast. But also, the level up. We do have a proper leveling screen where you can choose to add points. So we're going to do some charisma. And if you want to refund the points, you can do that too. We will confirm. Spicy Electron is spicy. So let's just do an assortment of heroes that have different traveling methods. So Lady Storm Surge teleports, that's the fastest. And then Maiden Fury is a runner, and they're the slowest. Bride of Hamadan is a flyer, which we already saw. And Mira Luna is a jumper. This is super cute. So the teleporter actually teleports. The jumper sort of moves in increments. The flyer just moves continuously. And then the runner, it's kind of hard to see, but they move around. There's like randomness. And that was just sort of to like simulate them having to like run through streets and, you know, following the city grid. So like figuring out the balance is going to be, I don't know, it's not really in my wheelhouse. But it's starting to become an actual game, which I think is pretty cool. Oh, we also have, we have traits. Oh, we also now have character sheets. There's a lot of new stuff. So every character has an origin, they have a power type, they have a travel type, and then I think right now I have it set that they can have 2 traits. What I would like to do is have it so that like they gain things as they level up, but we are not there yet. And yeah, so these icons on the cards, you know, the stuff that they have, so their origin is at the top, their power type, their travel type, and then when we go into the mission, you can see there's all of these special conditions that can happen. So it's not actually just a matter of trying to match up traits. You have to read them because some of them will say things like fire powers can make the situation worse, you know, like the buildings are flammable. And so if you bring a fire character, it will actually cause like a debuff to your chance to success. And I think if we add Lady Storm Surge, the web actually now not only calculates the teammates added together, but it also factors in the special conditions. So if you have the buffs, it will increase the web appropriately, and if you have a debuff, you know, it will reduce it. One thing that I'm not seeing are the community service missions. I added these community service missions that they don't really grant experience, but what they do is they reduce the city unrest. And it's really adorable stuff. It's like read to kids at the library, go visit the elderly at the old folks home, rescue an animal. It's really cute stuff. So I think that is about everything. If I wanted to actually complete this and release it, it obviously could not be City of Heroes. I would have to just change the whole theme, which isn't that hard, but I would have to do it. And I've been thinking about that. I've been playing Bloodlines 2 a lot. And while I have been enjoying the game, it's also just not the game that I wanted. And it has left kind of a void. And I decided to fill that void with creativity. So here's a mock-up that I've been working on. The map is kind of rough right now. This is sort of like the vibe that I want to go for as far as like the look. But, you know, so I was kind of thinking about like, could I adapt this format to a vampire theme? I really kind of like how it's coming together. This is not playable right now. This is just an interface mock-up. I started trying to think about how I could add some more interest to this whole like web idea thing. I started messing around with this thing. I actually have a working version of it. The idea is that as you are playing, you may have opportunities to like gain new powers, but in order to use those powers on missions, they have requirements. Depending on which power that you had, you can ignore these color swatches. I was just testing colors. What you would do is try to match up colors. You would click on these portraits, and as you can see, the corners sort of light up when they have an adjacent match. So right now, you got 2 red and 2 blue. Maybe you have a power that requires 2 blue. Maybe you have an even more powerful power that requires 4 red. So you would maybe orient these, like that. So now you've got 4 red and 4 blue. So you could maybe, you know, have like 2 really powerful powers that you could use. I don't know. Is there some way that like these adjustments would have an impact on the web? I don't really think so. And I think I'm also in danger of just like overly complicating things. But I do just kind of like this idea of the matching the colors. So that's just what I've been noodling on. I like how this is coming together. And I think that it could work. Obviously, if I wanted to actually release a game, I can't do it through Figma. Figma isn't a game engine, even though I can interact with this. Like, there's no save file. There's no, you know, there's none of the stuff that you would need to actually release a game. I would have to like export the code, which is pretty easy actually. Like you can grab all of the scripts and all the style sheets and everything. It's all available. But I would have to grab all that stuff and then bring it over to something like Godot. It's getting there. I'm not going to try like reskinning this until I just have almost all the functionality that I want. And then I will actually start like implementing all this design stuff that I've been building. And I have been having a blast with these portraits. I love them. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's it. I will, I'll get back to, you know, doing actual game videos. I might release some, like, Bloodlines 2 videos, because I'm actually doing a second playthrough now because I didn't like my ending. Yeah, I don't know. I needed to switch gears for a little bit because that Starfarer video for Halloween just kicked my ass. So, yeah. I will get back to my normal nonsense pretty soon. And that's all I have. I will see you soon.